Welcome back to class. This little video will clarify some things, I hope, for Unit 1. This is the shortest unit of the entire term that we're together. Some of you don't have your textbook yet, and your two textbooks, and you can do it without your textbooks. But just because it's short, just because it's about half the size or it'll take half the time to do, give it some seriousness. It's actually one of the more fun units to do because you really have to think about yourself and whether the arts have any meaning in your life. And I bet they do if you think about it. A couple of the criteria of what are the arts. The arts are always human-made. For this class, we're not going to get into a debate about whether they're made by a higher power. We could argue that a forest is very beautiful, but we're not going to talk about the arts as anything except human-made. They are not animal-made. I know people argue that elephants make wonderful art. In fact, I think it's a zoo in Texas where very, very expensive paintings are sold, and they're made by an elephant. And yes, you could argue, well, they look like a Picasso or some other modern abstract artist, but basically they're splatters on a canvas with the paint chosen by the trainer. And I think they're really done with the intent of getting peanuts or some such snack. Arts are human-made. Arts are artifice. They're artificial. They're kind of a trickery. They're a means of communication. And artists would argue that it's the only way they can communicate a specific idea, emotion, dream, or a message. And artists will tell you that if they could do it any other way, they would tell you. But their painting, their music, their fictional writing, their dance is that individual or group of individuals' way of communicating that idea or message. Oftentimes, though, an artist won't tell you what were trying to communicate. For one thing, they might be dead or across the world. It's true. But a lot of times they'll say to you, well, I've said it, and that is the communication. And what it will be your responsibility to start doing right away in this course with all the units and all the other activities that we're going to do, it'll be your challenge to figure out what is that artist trying to say to me? What do I see or hear in that particular expression? And it won't be the same as the person sitting across the table from you. That's the fun of arts. So we get you right into the fun with this first unit. Again, it's the shortest unit. It won't take you as long to do, but do it with some seriousness. Where I sometimes lose some students in this unit is in activity 3 and 4, and I really don't understand why. I want you to think about in activity 4 that like your house blew up, and that sounds rather unfortunate, or everything just fell into a great big sinkhole. And I want you to do an inventory as if you're doing it for an insurance adjuster of all the arts related objects that you have in your personal household. Really take time with this. If you have to, if you live away from home right now, call somebody in your primary household and have them start counting those VCRs or those musical instruments and even those fictional books that you have in your house, and then try to give a replacement value. And that'll be one indicator of how meaningful the arts are in your life, is by how much you consume. Again, the other units will be coming up pretty soon. You'll have to get your textbook, and they will be quite a bit more in depth. See you later.